say
Can I
nothing.
switch gears but
Please.
stay maybe on the same one a little bit? So in creating a narrative, do you feel like it's necessary to dispel the myths in that process? Is that a fundamental building block in the sense of, are you having to break down the temple in order to build it back up again?
It depends on which myths you're talking about, but yeah, that's part of it, sure.
Have you conducted one of these conversations with a climate change denier?
Yes, actually, the very first one was
How did
with
that
my,
With your dad, right?
No, well, yeah, he's no. Well, my dad kind of, but the first one ever was with my mom's boyfriend, Jay, who, yeah, he denied all that stuff and natural cycles and that kind of stuff. And I systematically, you know, spoon-fed him the science and told him why all that was wrong. And the parts that really got him upset were the parts where I told him that it was going to take a global effort with massive money, mobilization, and reorganization of government priorities. And that was the part that really blew his mind. Like, that was like, we can't do that, we can't do that. And I said, well, why not? And he said, well, it's too big, then nobody will ever do it, and we're different from them, and they're different from us, and we don't act like that at a big level. But the big thing, and I think the part that actually got traction with him was because he's kind of a history buff, was I gave him the example of Louis XVI and trying to explain democracy to a lord and his serfs, and they would look at you like you were crazy, right? It's like just a concept that's completely foreign to them, and they would say it would never happen. But in a couple hundred years, all the great monarchies of Europe fell away and democracies came in. And you could say the same thing, you know, to somebody in the 19th century about gay rights, black rights, women's rights, all of these things. Like, human minds change on a grand scale all the time. And we don't have all that much time to make an equally large cognitive change. But never doubt that we could do it. We do it all the time.
And never before have we had the
good
resources to do it
right.
like we do now.
Right, and we can, and now with the internet and news media being instantaneous, like as soon as this narrative is established and it gains a foothold somewhere, it's going to spread like wildfire. We don't have to wait anymore.
Can you imagine where that narrative will begin? I mean, okay, let's start with the president.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great place to start.
But he is beholden to the media culture of
Sure.
not only this country, but this global economy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, insofar as you've become a foot soldier of this movement, identified who the allies are?
Elizabeth Warren, 2016. Let's go.
Is that serious?
I mean, a little bit. No, I haven't thought
She
about
never even mentioned it during the campaign.
No, why would she? She wasn't even running for that office.
Well,
No,
because it's
no,
not at all
climate
important.
change.
Climate change.
Oh,
Yeah.
climate change. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, but you know, I don't worry. I'm sure she'll be the loose cannon I want her to be when she gets into office. She seems to. She did what she had to do to get
Why are you
elected.
sure of that?
I don't know. I guess I just am going on my gut.
Your
She's
candidate
the
is
most,
Markey. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, I hope it's him.
No, it is. I mean,
In terms
because
of your climate change stuff, absolutely.
he's
Well, I know.
he created
But I mean, I hope
it
all
in
he needs, I hope he
modern
beats
in like
Scott
modern
Brown.
American politics.